They made their getaway with $42,000 worth of exclusive sports cars.
Because on August 20th, somebody used a pry bar, smashed their way in, and stole expensive sports cars. This is a video of the bandits as they break into Dad's dugout in Brentwood. The thieves bypass expensive jerseys and helmets. The bad guys do not go for the register that does contain some cash. Instead, they fill their bags quickly with expensive sports cards.
It hasn't stopped. It doesn't get enough national attention or attention from card content creators, but there was recently one in San Antonio that they were caught on camera.
But in the 8 minutes it took officers to respond, Adam tells me the thieves were able to take off with $15,000 worth of cards.
There's another one in Brentwood. I feel like Brentwood, when I covered this same topic before, Brentwood came up. I believe a city in California. There's definitely a Brentwood, California. Let's see, here's another one in Rockland. Memorabilia shop faces nearly $20,000 loss after burglary. This was posted by a news station, what is that, NBC, just 3 weeks ago. It's not stopping. And someone else, I think it was Simon Cards, I didn't watch it, but I saw his thumbnail that, like, is money laundering a problem in cards? Like, all these robberies are a bit fishy. You know, now people do rob jewelry stores and other places like this. How are you going to have better security? I'm thinking, Tesla or some robotic company continues to make these like robotic dogs or different robotic, whether it's a human, maybe that's going to solve this problem. I don't know, but it is fishy. It's a bit weird. What do you think? Comment below. Let's keep it going.
How many fingers am I holding up?
You are holding up 4 fingers.
Can't talk sports without talking Shohei Otani. It's incredible. You know, the way he hit 40-40 was a game-winning grand slam. That got him his 40th home run. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm almost positive. I am positive. It was a game-winning grand slam Shohei Otani hit to go 40-40. And then to go 50-50, what he had, six hits? 10 RBI? That's a crazy number. I want to say 3 home runs and 2 stolen bases. I'm doing this off memory. I'll post it next to me. Incredible. So now Topps coming out with their 50-50 card. One person will be lucky enough to hit the 50-50. Speaking of which, no one's still hit, as far as we know, the USA card with the 3 autographs. I'll keep you posted as soon as we have information. As of right now, you could buy those packs, I don't know, last I checked, going for between $2,000 to $3,000, maybe less than $2,000 at this point, maybe more. I haven't checked in a few days, but incredible. And Shohei Otani, these numbers, the closest thing, or they remind me of what Bonds was doing. You know, it's incredible. Dan Patrick made a real good point that if Shohei Otani had not been injured, if he was pitching, he probably would never have stole this many bases or probably hit this many home runs, but definitely not been as fresh or running on the pass like he is if he was pitching. And if he goes back to pitching, which I think it's his plan, this might be an anomaly for him. We might not see something like this again. And over 50 stolen bases is crazy anyways, and to combine it with 50 home runs, I believe I heard the over-under his home runs was about 38 on the year. Far surpassing that, and now he has a chance at 60-60. I don't really think that's on the table, but I would have never thought 50-50 was on the table. This leads into my third story. I'm gonna make a video on this, a separate video, standalone on Topps' new formula. So look out for it. But I'll kind of, if you're watching this, I'll explain my thoughts here, because I think we've hit a new era. I think we've hit, I don't want to call it a breaking point or tipping point, but we've hit a new evolution here. We've evolved to stage 2 or stage 3, whatever you want to call it. I would way rather participate in buying these Topps Now releases. They're a 72 hour window. The Shohei Otani kind of made me upset. That 50-50, they were all 72-hour releases. So the Shohei Otani, I went to go look to buy it today, and it was only a 24-hour release. So the print run on that thing probably won't be crazy high. I don't know. I guess I could look right now. I could post it here if it's there, if I can find it. But it was just a 24-hour release. The 40-40, I could have swore it was a 72-hour release. But Topps now has the Curry with the Messi card. I love it. absolutely love it. I can't understand the hate behind that, and I just think this is the new wave. I know for me it's way more attractive to go spend $12 to buy one of these cards and have the chance, or spend $50 or whatever it is to buy 5 and have a chance. And I think it's just per order, not per how many you buy, but what do I know? I'm not quite sure. I've heard several contradicting things on that, but this is the new formula, and this is the new way. I would way rather do this and play the lotto than spend $200, $300, $400, $500, $1,000 to open a hobby box on a lotto and just have a bunch of junk I don't really want and feel like, oh, I got played. Versus, hey man, I spent 12 bucks or 50 bucks for the chance. Maybe I get a parallel, maybe I don't. It's fun. If not, I have a card that's of a big moment in history. And this is the new formula for Topps. You can see it's working, and this is not going anywhere. These big releases where people buy in, yeah, it's coming, it's here, and it's here to stay.
Maybe I need to stop. Yeah, but I never gonna stop.
About a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, I think a month ago, there was a story on this Wilt Chamberlain here, the highest selling vintage basketball card all time. It sold for $1.7 million. It was found in a grocery store. The story is it was just left in this cabinet in a grocery store for 60 years. I've not heard this take, and maybe I'm being too cynical, but that just seems odd to me. I thought I had some more notes on it here. Let's see if I can find them. So these cards end up at a card shop to be graded, and it says, according to DK Sports Cards owner Caleb Baker, the card had been stored in the cabinet, like I said, in a grocery store for 60 years. The owner of the card, who wishes to remain anonymous, was a family member of the grocery store's owner. What's even more interesting, Baker said, is that the owner of the card does not collect, but they certainly know the valuable piece of cardboard that they have. Blue-collar guy, and I'm just going to take, like, what are the odds? I mean, fair. I feel like the odds are higher that someone worked on a Wilt Chamberlain card that was already in high grade and then made a bunch of money off it. Why not? I mean, why is that so? This Kurt's Card Care, or people working on cards, is becoming more and more of a small niche in the card market that I do not like for this exact reason. I wouldn't, they brag all the time. I made a video that all the comments, one of my most commented videos is on Kurt's Card Care, and it's all the Kurt's Card Care bros. I mean, it's just, the people commenting are you'd never know. You don't know if it's done. And so I haven't heard this take from anyone. Initially, when I first saw this story, what are the odds that this card was kept in perfect condition for 60 years? There was other cards with it, but that would make the story a little more believable. Or it's higher odds that someone not in the card world got attached to this. Someone went, maybe they had the money to buy it or something. Someone cracks a case, they work on it a bit, and now all of a sudden it grades a 10. That story to me is way more realistic than this card was put in the cabinet for 60 years and found and graded the highest ever Wilt Chamberlain. There's not one other Wilt Chamberlain in that grade all time. To me, it was a hard story to just believe. Maybe I'm just cynical, and the world we live in is maybe more and more cynical, or hey, what's real and what's not? What is reality? Oh my God, that's a whole separate topic. But yeah, I had a hard time with this story. It sold for $1.7 million. I haven't heard my take on it at all. I guess people just believe the story, and who shouldn't? And I'm not very close to it or anything. So maybe if I was more close to it, I could believe it a bit more. Again, the seller wanted to remain anonymous. Yeah, that makes sense on a $1.7 million sale. It also is a bit fishy that they're not a collector. They're not, and also they want to remain anonymous. How come no one else? Did this pop in anyone else's head, or do I have severe problems?
I saw a woman psychiatrist, and she said I was OCD, one cool dude, and she understands the way I think right now.
All right, Nathaniel recently commented on one of the videos saying, a good video, I appreciate it. If we look down at the comment, he asked, you should do a video on the Eminem X Complex card made by Gas. So I did put this in one of my past videos that Gas released this for a short time, just like Topps Now is doing, a run on Eminem cards. and so many cards would be a hit, and there'd be parallels and there'd be autographs, and the autographs just came out. I'll post the recent sales next to me. They're selling this 12 of 15 just recently sold for $9,000 on September 20th, yesterday, as I'm making this video. So imagine what the 1 of 1 will sell for. He asked just to get my thoughts on this. I'll put more sales next to me. You could currently buy the sealed pack just like you could with Team USA, but it's only selling for $60. And it seems reasonable that, hey, there's $9,000, $10,000 cards in there. For $60, it's not a terrible buy of these packs. Now, you have to be always careful of who you're buying from. Did they have a way to, I'm not saying they CT scanned it, but there's other ways to get inside a package and reseal it. So I'm always worried of that kind of things with this. But for $60, it does seem like, hey, go buy 3 of these packs. They're guaranteed a parallel. And some of them have the autographs. So they're guaranteed one of the parallels. And I believe that's at least how it works with Topps now. Yeah, rare autos possible. Maybe I'm wrong. And by the way, don't take that for my word. I don't know what they ship in. I've not seen a video on this. So this envelope might just be what the standard card comes in. Maybe I'm wrong. That if you know, comment below. Is this envelope with this gas card, is it guaranteed a parallel, or is this just what the standard card comes in? I'd imagine for $60, if you're just getting the standard card possibility, which most of them will have, it's not worth it. $60 with these chances of automatic, parallel, or auto, yeah, I say completely worth it. My take on the autograph, it's going to go way down in price. This is all because it's brand new and cool. Eminem will do more deals like this, possibly sign more as time goes on. The hype of it, it'll still remain valuable. It's an Eminem autograph. It doesn't really have any business being 10 grand, in my opinion, right now. I did look, I couldn't find like past cards of his autograph. This seems like a new thing. There's really no sales I couldn't find any sales, any cards. So it is rare. It's something different. But I just imagine if he does it once, why isn't he going to do it in the future? And they're making money off it. And yeah, I don't think these cards have any business being exactly that price on the resale market. That's a lot of the newness and hype around it.
Should I call you Eminem or Marshall or Slim? What do you like to be called?
Eminem Slim Marshall.
Eminem Slim Marshall, look at my mind.
You can call me.
What? We got the voice as well. Do you sing ever? Say you're at home and the mood takes you. Because in your rapping, it's
In
kind
the shower?
of talking. If you're in the shower, a little bit of Frank Sinatra maybe?
Yeah, a lot of Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, really?
Next story is that PSA, they are increasing fees. They're having new fees. They're doing this. Recently, I felt like my shipping back was costing a lot more than it had in the past. Maybe I'm wrong. There's a bunch of videos. You know, Jeff Wilson did one here. We have Neo Cards did a video on it. I'm sure there's others. I'm not going to get into the details of the prices. Their general like bulk price is still the same per card. Their general card price seems to be the same. It just feels like the fees or the total order ends up being more. So they're increasing fees, as well as every month I've been getting these emails next to me here on like, hey, $100 off your next submission or $50 off your next submission. Recently it was $10 off a card. Didn't count bulk, so that was a little annoying. But anyways, $10 off a card of your next submission. So now they're giving a bunch of deals. And this screams to me that they need to keep up making their money. That maybe their business is slowing. I still think there's plenty of people grading and numbers are high, but this screams to me, hey, they're offering deals for you to get back or for you to submit, which they weren't before, and they're increasing fees. So they want your business more, and they're increasing fees to counterbalance that, or just when they don't give you a coupon, the fees are gonna. So anyways, to me, that just screams they have to keep up their profits or their prices, keep making money in the green. So is PSA finally starting to trickle down in the amount of submissions they're getting? Yeah, this is a way to get business and continue to profit even if business is slowing a bit.
Right. Can you spot any triangles in my kitchen?
No, but Topps adds Disney. Topps is adding everything. They took hockey from Upper Deck. They've taken basketball and football from Panini, and now they have Disney. I believe I read this is the first product they'll make. It'll be the first time in the U.S. starting in early 2025. There'll be a Topps release of Topps Finest X-Men. So Topps finest, I didn't realize that's what it was, X-Men since 1997. So Topps has been producing Star Wars cards since 77, and now they're getting the rights once again to Pixar, Marvel, and all the other things that fall under the Disney umbrella. Let's read this. In addition to Topps' long-standing MLB license, Fanatics also has the exclusive trading card rights to Premier League, MLS, UFC, Formula One, and more. It will have the exclusive NBA trading card rights starting next year, plus NFL and WWE rights starting in 2026. The addition of Disney, Pixar, and Marvel to mix in creates potential crosses or cross-pollination between sports and non-sports. Just this week's Topps showed one example, turning the MLB players into garbage pail kids for 2024 Bowman Chrome inserts. Expect to see more of that. It's cool. What's not cool is Topps monopoly on all our cards. It just makes products like Leaf, Sage, who else is out there, all the more important. And there is demand for that stuff, but Topps is just running the game. You see here why Topps is investing in soccer collectibles. In soccer, it has licenses for some clubs, competitions, including the German Bundesliga, Major League Soccer, and UEFA Championship League. In 2023, soccer products accounted for 77% of Topps revenue outside the U.S. That's incredible. The increasing investment in soccer has also seen Topps secure 2 highly prized licenses for the English Premier League for June 2025 and the Summer European Championship. Topps takeover, Fanatics takeover. Is it good for cards? Is it bad for cards? We'll find out with time. The final story, and this one, it was hard to find 7 stories. This is kind of my own take, is we're seeing a lot of these, dollar bin, let's flip it, or I found this in the dollar bin, flipping dollar bin cards. Gary V of all people, somehow I ran into this damn video. I'll play the beginning of it now.
We're gonna teach the art of the flip. Bought these Otani and Trouts in really nice cases. Presentation matters. Pay $1. You're gonna put a $5 ticket on it, and they're gonna sell.
So yes, Gary V of all people is now, I'm gonna take $1. I'm gonna buy this case. He calls it a slab. Oh God, if you don't know anything about cards, a slab is this is a slab. It's been graded in a nice little case. Is not a slab, bro. It tells you all you need to know about should you be getting any card info from this guy.
I went back once I realized all the slabs are $4 a piece, and I bought every slab.
These were $1 in the slab?
Yes.
Not that I even hate on Gary V. I think some of his messages are good, but when it comes to cards, But the main point I want to make here is that I'm putting all these thumbnails of this dollar stuff, and it's like, this is the ultimate grind. If you play RPG games, this is like spending 10 hours just farming. This is a grind. You're buying a card for $1 in hopes to sell it for $5, at best 10. Do you know how many cards you have to do that with to actually make money? It's a lot of work. If you have a table at a show, that costs money to have the table. It's a ton of work. They don't all just fly off the shelf and sell at once. If you have to list them all on the internet and then package them all and send them all at this price, so they make for great content. They really do. I found this $20 one time. I found this $20 card or $50 card in the dollar bin. The rest of the time you're flipping $1. Hopefully for Gary V in his video wants to flip them from $1 to $5. It's not like they're gonna sell boom, 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 and that's a $4 profit. And if you do it 10 times, it's $40. If you do it 100 times, it's $400. That pays for the table maybe at the show. It's not like it's a huge moneymaker. It's a lot of work. I really compare it to if you're a video game player, it's the grind. It's for the tiny little level up, for the tiny little increment increase. 10 hours of just farming the same BS thing. It's a ton of work. And so that's what you don't see in those videos is, hey, yes, I found these great deals, but man, in order to move them or sell them, they don't just move like that, and it takes a ton of work. If you enjoyed this style, I'm thinking trying to come out with something like this every week. Hit the like button so I know you like it, but I do think this is missing from the space, all this great stuff in one condensed video. Subscribe if you have not. Again, close to 70% of the people watching my videos are not subscribed. I take that as a win. It's a good thing, a lot of room for growth. As always, thank you for watching and have a great day.
I'm coming in. The man's in trouble. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
This man is a psychotic.
So he's great.
What up, everybody? This is Robert Ory, a.k.a. Big Shot Bob, and you're watching Professional Sports Cars. Hey, by the way, go buy my rookie card.